Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
And then, who do you guys play?
At the start, it was very messy.
For example, we've played schools from Hawaii, Nevada, Tennessee, Texas, Atlanta.
Honestly, I never expected to get a scholarship from this. From everything, my favorite moment was pulling out of my cafeteria lunch and eating. Like, you might think you're like the GOAT at the game until you get humbled. You get humbled so hard once you enter a local.
Welcome to Valley Vibes, your show about culture, arts, and happenings in the Imperial Valley from a youth perspective. I'm Dr. Tom Tackey, the creator and executive producer of Valley Vibes. Today, we have two segments for you. The first is with Sabrina's Wish, a local organization that is providing dresses and suits to the Imperial Valley students for their proms and other formal events. The second features the Championship Central Union High School Esports team. Stay with us because it's a great show. Prom is supposed to be one of those unforgettable high school moments, but for a lot of students, the rising cost of tickets, dresses, and suits has made the night feel out of reach. What used to be a celebration is now, for some, just too expensive to attend. That's where Sabrina's Wish steps in. This incredible organization is helping students reclaim that experience by providing free formal wear for prom. Everything from dresses to suits, many of them brand new and never even worn. In this Valley Vibes segment, we are taking a closer look at how Sabrina's Wish is making prom possible again, one outfit at a time. Okay, so we have a really special guest here today. This is Lydia Robles with Sabrina's Wish. And Sabrina's Wish is such a cool organization. They bring prom dresses and suits and things to all of the kids in the Valley for free. And, Lydia, welcome. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about Sabrina's Wish. I know it's a hard story to tell, but it's a remarkable organization.
Thank you. Yeah, well, Sabrina's Wish started 3 years ago. Sabrina was actually a friend that I had when I was in high school. Unfortunately, she passed away. She was in a car accident and she passed away. So she never got a chance to go to prom. I didn't go to prom because my parents at that time, they couldn't afford a dress for me. So both of us weren't able to go. And when she passed, it was a big impact in my life. And I loved her dearly, so I always wanted to do something to remember her. And I said, why not give prom dresses to the kids and suits so they can go to the prom, since we weren't able to go.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to give back to them, you know?
I think that's just such a honorable tribute. I mean, it's so cool. So you have a lot of dresses here, you know?
Yes, this year I brought 400 dresses and 150 suits, blazers, pants for the boys. Yeah.
Wow. And so I'm assuming that you get these through donations, or how do you get all of these dresses and suits?
Yes, a lot of them are donations from all over the valley. And sometimes if I see a good sale, I also try to buy it myself. But also we partner with Princess Project from San Diego. They also sometimes they donate dresses to us so we can bring them to the schools.
Oh, wow. Okay, so there's other organizations that
Yes.
are doing similar types of things.
Right.
That's cool.
Yes, it is. So we work together, and like I said, we try to get all these dresses to to the students and to help them, especially right now, everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
A dress, I went the other day to the store and I saw a prom dress, and it was a simple dress for $300.
Oh, that's crazy. No, no. And just even just the cost of prom and homecomings and things has gotten just so high that it's like,
Exactly. And a lot of these dresses, they're brand new. A lot of them, they still have their tags. They've never been worn, and they were just given away because they didn't want them anymore. So
That's cool. Because I know, like, I had one of my brother-in-laws actually was kind of a designer, and he made his own prom suit, and when he went back when he was in high school in Memphis. But and I could see that, with a lot of these kids they can update them and do things to them, personalize them.
yes, a few of the girls have told me, I'm going to take this dress. It doesn't really fit me loose, or it fits me a little bit tight, but I know I can fix it. And that's amazing. I mean, they're able to fix their own dresses to take them from. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So you visit all of the schools in the Valley, correct?
Yes, I try to. This year we're only gonna go to, we came here Central. Tomorrow we're gonna go at Southwest, and then next week we'll be at Calexico and then Brawley. But all the other schools here in the Valley, they're invited to come to these pop-up events that we have, so they can come and check them out.
Okay, so next week will actually be after this show airs. This will be airing on Sunday. What is the 19th, I believe? Yeah. And so, when are you going to be in Calexico?
In Calexico, it's going to be the 20th and 21st, and then the 22nd and 23rd will be in Brawley.
Okay, so next Monday and Tuesday, Monday the 20th and Tuesday the 21st, you're going to be at Calexico High School.
Correct.
Okay. And then Wednesday and Thursday, 22nd and 23rd, you'll be at Brawley High School.
At Brawley High School, yes. Yes.
Fantastic. That is just outstanding. What? I'll edit some of this out. So last year, how many dresses do you think went out?
Between all the schools, because last year actually we went to Calapat, Holtville, Brawley, Imperial, Southwest, Central, and Calexico.
Wow.
Yes, in between all those, we gave out almost 300 dresses.
That's outstanding. And then you came around in the fall for homecoming. Did that happen at a lot of schools too, or?
No, unfortunately, we weren't able to go to all the schools. We're trying to see if we could go to all the schools this year, but last year we only came here to Central, and we did give out like 50 dresses, and it was just for one day.
Wow, that's again, I keep using this word outstanding, but it really is admirable of what you're doing to help these kids, and they're getting some pretty nice stuff. So
Yes.
that is really wonderful.
So I welcome all the kids. They can come check my pop-up events, and maybe they can find something for prom. I mean, save some money.
That's for sure. Well, Lydia, thank you so much for joining us, and I wish that this goes really well for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Okay, I'm now joined by...
Tabitha Robles, Lydia Robles' daughter.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you've been with your mom, you've been with your mom your whole life, right? Yeah, but I mean, with Sabrina's Wish has been...
3 years, yes. 3 years that she's been doing this. I've been helping her prep everything, gather dresses, get racks, take them to the schools. It's a lot of work for her, so she needs a lot of help.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, I'm looking at all these racks and that you have changing tents set up. I mean, it's a huge amount of stuff. How do you get this stuff from site to site?
Luckily, we have transportation help from Central Union District, but most of the heavy lifting work is done between me and my brother. So since my dad got hurt, it's me and my brother's responsibility now to help my mom with the heavy lifting. So, but it's not too much work. We can do it.
Okay, well, and so that's great to hear. So the district actually sends a truck over to help haul this stuff here?
Yes, they do. We really appreciate it too because it's a lot of dresses, and without the transportation, we wouldn't be able to be here at these schools to give these kids these dresses. So the transportation is a big important aspect of this whole thing because, again, if they wouldn't be able to transport all these dresses here, we wouldn't be here.
Right, and it wouldn't be a very successful event having, you have 7 dresses. It's like, no. But it's a really impressive display that you have, and as your mom had said, a lot of these dresses are brand new.
Yes, they are brand new. Some of them have been donated. Some of them have been donated by San Diego program that we have up there too. I just remember the name right now. Mm-hmm. But we have a lot of sparkly, pretty dresses for all the women, and especially for the men too, that they don't have anything. We can look a little sharp on prom night.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I think back to when I went to prom, and we weren't overly formal. I mean, it was like a sport coat and some nice slacks and a corsage. But
yeah, I remember. I've seen so many 80s and 70s and 60s movies, so I understand how prom was back then. So it's changed a lot.
No, it really has. But this is a really good thing to do. So
yes, it is. I'm very happy for my mom and the progress that she's made so far. So we're really proud of her.
I can imagine.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm now joined with Anthony Robles. He is also with Sabrina's Wish. Anthony, tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, well, I'm Anthony. I'm 22 years old. I mean, there's not much to say about me. I guess I kind of like movies, I guess.
Great, we all do. So your mom has done just remarkable things with Sabrina's Wish, and how long have you been helping her?
I've been helping her for about 3 years now, although the program has probably been going on for, I want to say, 4 or 5.
Okay, well, and your role with Sabrina's Wish is basically what?
Pretty much just a helper. I just help her with anything she needs as far as like transporting dresses, setting up at our pop-up events around the valley, and just a lot of kind of logistical and heavy lifting kind of work.
That's great, because you guys have a lot of stuff that comes with this. I mean, you have all of the racks that the dresses and the suits are on. You've probably got, what, about 6 or 8 of those, right?
Yeah, I think as far as racks go, we have probably like 6 or 7, or I don't know, but somewhere around there. Right.
And then you've got the changing tents. How many? You got what, like 3 or 4 of those?
Yeah, we have 4. We only have 3 set up out here at Southwest. Space is a little limited, but it's the tents are another thing we have to set up every day when we do these pop-up events, and it's just more heavy lifting work.
That's fantastic. As you bring a different aspect to Sabrina's Wish, in that you're a guy, and so when was it you first started having clothes for the guys?
I think it was about a year after we first started. In our first year, we did mainly just women's dresses and clothing, and it sort of it was like a natural evolution of that. Like, if we have clothes for the women, why wouldn't we have clothes for the guys? Guys need prom dresses too, or clothes too.
Well, yeah, whatever they want. But no, you're right, because it's I look back a long time ago, like when I went to prom. We didn't have quite as formal a wear. I mean, we wore a sport coat, and I guess we bought a corsage for our date, but
I didn't know that.
No, that was about it. Sport coat and a corsage, but and then went out to dinner somewhere. But it has changed dramatically, and the thing that I think is really admirable about Sabrina's Wish is you guys are bringing some really nice clothes.
Yeah, it's my mom has been working very hard over the last 5 years to collect as many clothes as possible, from all members of our very generous community who would donate. But yeah, and we're still accepting donations today.
That's great. And that's got to be, there's got to be a certain level of satisfaction in doing this kind of work.
Oh yeah, volunteer work. I mean, it's just seeing the kids come in, try on clothes, and just have fun with their friends. Picking out stuff for each other. It's cool. It's nice to see them have fun like that.
That is cool. Well, Anthony, we really appreciate your time and the efforts that you put into this thing, the good that it does for our Valley kids. So thank you.
Thank you. But all credit should go to my first and foremost, my mother, Lydia Robles, the founder of Sabrina's Wish.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Valley Vibes. I'm your host, Luke Caesar. Today we're diving into a world where competition doesn't happen on a field or a court, but on a screen. Esports, or competitive video gaming, is one of the fastest growing forms of competition in the world, bringing together strategy, teamwork, and a skill in a fully virtual arena. What started as a niche hobby has quickly evolved into a global phenomenon, and right here in the Imperial Valley, students are stepping up and making their mark. At Central Union High School, the esports team is proving that gaming is more than just play. It's dedication, communication, and serious competition. After recently winning the city championship, the team took their talent even further, competing in the CIF level against some of the best in the region. In this segment, we'll hear from the players behind the scenes, learn what it takes to compete in esports, and see how Central is building a new kind of legacy, one match at a time. Good morning and welcome to Valley Vibes. Today we have a special episode featuring the CUHS Esports team. I am your host, Luke Caesar.
Hi, I'm Isaac Haywood. I'm in 12th grade and I play Smash Bros.
My name is Adonai. I'm a senior, and I'm also in the Smash team.
My name is Sammy Villaseñor. I'm one of the esports coaches, and I generally work with special education. I'm a behavioral support assistant.
Hello, my name is Alessandro Gutierrez. I'm in 11th grade, and I play for Smash Bros. And Overwatch.
Hey, I'm Mr. Morgan. I work as a substitute teacher for the district, and I also serve as the head coach and manager of the esports program here at Central.
Hello, my name is Desmond Garcia. I'm in 8th grade. I'm playing Smash Bros. For Ultimate from game Zola Smash Bros.
So esports is essentially competitive video games. In terms of scholastic and high school esports here at Central, it's us competing against fellow schools here in the Valley, statewide in California, and even sometimes out of state. For example, we've played schools from Hawaii, Nevada, Tennessee, Texas, Atlanta. It's essentially a national and state competition depending on the league that we play in. For example, we also do play in the CIF just like our varsity football teams do and other traditional sports.
So here's a question. Is there varsity esports?
Yeah, so for the CIF, they offer varsity and JV level games in the spring. So for example, we have members of our varsity and JV Smash teams here, and they also do Rocket League, League of Legends, Mario Kart, and I know they've been trialing Marvel Rivals as a CIF title this year as well.
So specifically here at Central, what teams do we have?
Currently, for the spring, we have teams for the varsity and JV levels of CIF Smash Bros. And we currently have a team that plays in the Play Versus League and Valhalla Esports League for Overwatch. They're currently in the semifinals of the playoffs for Play Versus and the quarterfinals of the Valhalla Esports League.
And how many people are on those teams?
For Smash Bros, we have 9 starters, so each two teams have 3. So we have a varsity and 2 JV teams for Smash Bros. And for Overwatch, we have 8, so 5 starters and 3 on the bench.
You're listening to the CUHS Esports team on Valley Vibes. All Valley Vibes episodes are available on the Spartan Sound Productions YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Amazon, and Apple.
And then I know we have some of our Smash Bros. Players here. If you guys want to talk a little bit about what you guys do and how your season's been so far.
So basically, like, I guess the games are after school in the STEM building. That's basically where everything happens. The season so far has been good. Connection wise, at the start it was very messy, but afterwards it got like better. Definitely I wish we got our own room. That'd be fire. It'd be like cooler than being in the lobby. It's really fun because we get to like like find people and stuff, just make new friends, all that. Um, Basically, not really that bad. And then when I first started, it was online, so like we had to play from home. Back then, I was salty every time I lost, and we were on a Discord call to manage everything, so it was so messy. It was awful. Like, it was borderline awful. Thank God we finally got to play in person because it's so much more fun. Like, every day we would like we would do stupid things, but it'd be hilarious. And yeah, the season was it was honestly it was kind of peak. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Nice. And what about you, Isaac?
I guess what I can add on is that I guess it was pretty good. Like at the beginning, it was probably horrible because of online. It was so bad. It was probably like the worst experience possible. But I guess I got good after all. Like in the end, because like we met like new people, and then I think we got better overall. Like our communication got better. Like definitely way better, and like we got more practice than usual.
And then, who do you guys play in Smash Bros? Who's your main character?
I use Ness and Lucas.
I use Kazuya Mishima, the $6 pay to win character.
I mainly use Dark Samus mostly, but I had two other mains like Pymetra and Kasia.
I made the user, the Steve, Zola, and then Sonic.
Nice. And then for players and teachers, what has been your favorite part of the season this year?
This is gonna sound stupid, but when we fought Southwest, I think that one was really fun. They're definitely really fun because they recorded and everything, and like we kind of made new friends over there.
I mean, overall, from everything, my favorite moment was pulling out my cafeteria lunch and eating in the STEM building. My sandwich, my chips, and my little cheese stick. That was like, it was a delightful feast. But also the theater though, the Southwest theater was kind of fire because we got to play on the giant screen. I mean, yeah, I mean, no one else. What? Oh yeah, for playing esports, I got a $6,000 scholarship as well, to a university in Indiana. So after hopefully I graduate, if I raise my government grade. Hopefully, if I graduate, I'll move for a couple of years, probably like 5 years in Indiana. I don't think I'll see the valley again in a big while. It honestly, I never expected to get a scholarship from this, but like that made me realize that there's genuinely like there's actual purpose to being on esports. Like, it actually pays out because, obviously, because of the memories and because of the funny experiences. Because it's like really fun to be able to play games at the school. I mean, that's like what every child would want. Like, video games at school. I love video games. And the fact that like the school is actively like, like I guess rewarding you in some sort of way by like having the chance to get a scholarship, it's pretty nice. Yeah, the scholarships or Yeah, I got it was the esports scholarships and a couple others, and they covered I think it was $36,000 that I had to pay, gone from pure scholarships. So it was $36,000 in total, and part of that were like the esports. If it wasn't for esports, I wouldn't have $36,000 to go to the university. So it's actually kind of life changing. So yeah, it like at the in the grand scheme of things, I think it's very worth joining esports.
My favorite moments are when I made some clutches back. When I was losing in the beginning, but then in the end I win. Like every time, like 3 or 4 times I believe, but I can't remember. It was my favorite moment.
Very nice.
So I guess I get to be greedy and do more than one, but I guess obvious what you guys already said. Getting to play city champs, play in person for the first time, and play in front of a crowd to start that movement was a big one. That's something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. So to be able to finally do that was awesome. The Overwatch team improving for me has been a good one because I believe they made the playoffs every season they've played these past 4 seasons. But I believe the past 3 they got to the first round and lost. So the fact that they're really making a run this time and we will probably get another trophy in the STEM building like the one Ad and I got last year is going to be great. And I guess more personal ones, like they said, moving from playing remote to playing on campus has been great. Even though it would be nice to get a room, I think one of the big benefits of playing in the STEM lobby is anybody can walk by and see us playing and be like, oh, this looks awesome. I want to join the team. And we had a lot of freshmen join that were really good and really committed. And one of them reverse 3-stocked a player from Calexico's JV team, which was broadcasted. So now he has it immortalized on YouTube where he can go show everybody what happened.
You're listening to the CUHS Esports team on Valley Vibes. All Valley Vibes episodes are available on the Spartan South Productions YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Amazon, and Apple.
So, I guess that my favorite thing in esports, it's moments like this. I mean, there's a lot of good things outside of like just the funny, right? I barely joined last year. I was recruited by Morgan. He went to sell at one of the classrooms that I work at, and we were talking about video games, and I ended up joining him with the esports and became an assistant coach. But I'd say that, yes, I was here for the internet issues. I was not here for the online at home. But, yeah, the internet issues were bad. I loved how we were still able to win, with those internet issues. The kids are awesome at it. And it was a lot of specific training on how to play with those internet issues. It does change the game a lot. Like I've told other coaches, like you're playing soccer with a wet field, things like that. It's raining and you're playing tennis. It's just like that. So I would say don't play off stage. Stay on stage because if you go off stage, you get the lag and that's it for you. You're gone. But seeing them improve in that aspect, and then when we get the better internet, when we get that fixed, and their playstyle starts changing, and they start getting better, but then again, it's another transition from one playstyle to another. So I think that gets to them, that gets to us, but I love to see how they improve and they overcome that challenge. Also, the support that we have been getting from other staff members here and how they perceive the esports. We started getting a lot of support, not just here in school, but outside in the community. When we had that event, the City Champs at Southwest, I had a lot of people telling me, I wish we had this when we were in school. You know what? Where were you guys when we were in 12th grade or, the sophomore? I was like, dude, I was a sophomore too.
Yeah.
But it happens. It's a good thing that it's getting better. We're having more opportunities like Adonai with his scholarship. And for me, those are, I would say, the best moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Me as a student here at Central, I've definitely seen your growth, and I've seen you guys evolve, and you have now moved into the STEM building. And I'll walk by your practices every once in a while, and I think it's very awesome that you guys are able to do that. Um, a sort of thinking or thought provoking question. What is the difference between esports and, let's say, a regular sport, in person sport?
I was going to.
So I'd say for me, for this one, the only real difference is obviously for a traditional sport, you have to condition yourself, get in shape before you really even practice the mechanics. So, like, for example, in football, it'd be pretty hard to tackle if you're not really strong or fast. But I would say, besides that, for me, traditional sports and esports are one and the same. You're putting in the time to really practice and be the best. And when you finally win, it feels very rewarding. And when you lose, it's really draining because you really feel like you put all that time in and still lost. So I'd say that would be the main. For me, they're mostly one and the same. I would say we probably felt both of those emotions this year with our team going undefeated for the CIF season. And when we made round one of playoffs and we got, for lack of a better word, we got bodied.
No, it wasn't our fault that we got bodied, okay? I'm serious. We could have done way better in the Overwatch team. I'm serious. They may be in semifinals right now, but we could be in finals if it wasn't for the fact that we were dealing with.
We have mainly Smash Brothers here in the podcast, so I think it's fair for him to call them out. They're not here.
Yeah, so they're not here. They're not here. Yeah. So it's yeah. I can be a little honest good Samaritan, like what I am. So esports compared to normal sports. So like obviously like the E on it, like the electronic part on it. It's more of the fact that in normal sports, like Mr. Morgan said, it's on more on the physical aspect, while esports is more on the mental aspect. On esports, I think you would use more your brain than your body, obviously. It's more about like, I guess, button mashing compared to tackling people. Like, if you're in football and you're fat, you're not getting anywhere. But if you're in esports and you're fat, you're probably gonna get somewhere. I'm just adding.
I would like to add to one notation that Adam and I did is that when it comes to the mental side of it, it is very important to understand that the games are not just buttons and pixels. There's a whole mentality behind it. You gotta do a lot of psychological games with your opponent. When it comes to either Smash or Overwatch, I can tell you that sometimes you have to, you have to put yourself in the other player's shoes. Why? Because maybe you can pretend that you don't know how to do a move until you have it set it up, and that's where you get them. The dexterity, you have to get in with your fingers. A lot of people don't understand that, even though it's a controller, and yeah, we all have. Well, most of us have fingers that work. It's not everyone can do the same thing. When I play with them, I would say that I'm a really low tier into the professional aspect, but I can tell you that with my hand movements, I cannot achieve what they can. Like this kid's on the team. So that's when you start looking into the play style. Sometimes because of your play style, you can defeat someone that would be better than you in the movement, and reaction, just because of play style. But then again, if that person gets into it as well, you get defeated. It's a lot of mental work, a lot of dexterity, psychological work. It's there. And honestly, it gets really intense. we've had like 3 challenges where we should have quitted the team already.
I never quit.
Right mindset. Okay. Another question. Like regular sports, for esports, is it hard to balance your schoolwork and your game work?
I would like to add that onto that. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
I guess kind of it's irrelevant because okay, let's be honest here. It probably depends on your grade level and like on the aspect of the class that you're taking. But for me personally, I think it kind of is kind of hard because like it can evolve with family life too. You know, like it varies on different occasions. I guess. I don't know.
So there you do have to take like you do have to take in mind like the balance of going to practice and keeping your grades up. But that's it's not as big of an issue to us, but that's because to be on the team in the first place, you need to have good grades. You need to have if you have an F or a D, you're not gonna be able to play until you raise them up. So the good thing is that if you're responsible enough, unlike me, it probably won't happen. Yeah, it's pretty nice because it's pretty nice that we do how do I say this? How do I formulate this into words? Let me lock in.
In the meantime, at least I can.
Yeah, Mr. Morgan's gonna hop in.
Like I never competed in a sport in high school, but I would say at least for now, what I could say probably could be similar and different is obviously the time you spend here playing at the school to practice is a time commitment. But I would say one of the advantages we have as esports is you don't necessarily have to practice here at the school or practice with your team to get decent practice like a traditional sport. You can play online from home, and I'd say that's one of the biggest differences is that you have more time and more opportunities to practice, but that also teaches you time management skills, which is essential as a growing adult.
Okay, so I would like to add, I do have experience with it. So the thing is that I would say that the main difference when it comes to the
traveling
to the grades and the esports and the regular sports is that when you're into a regular sport, when you're practicing, you don't really have time to step out of your practice and study. When it comes to esports, since we're like Morgan was saying, when we're here in the lobby or if they're at home, there's always that time to pause the practice, move to your schoolwork, study, and then come back to it. The other benefit that we have here right now that we have the STEM building is that while some of them are practicing, since not all of them are playing at the same time, we do have students that are on the background, on the couches on the STEM, or they go to another teacher and they go for tutoring. So that's a big benefit that they have when it comes to their grades. So they have more chances, I'd say, to raise those grades, and they still get opportunities to, again, attend to university through a scholarship. So I'd say that that's one of the big differences. When I was in high school, I was in tennis, and I was part of a lot of other clubs, and they do take a lot of time from students to take care of their grades. I know how heavy it can get. It can be fun, but with esports, we had that advantage that they don't necessarily have to be on the screen the whole time.
So coming to a close with the last couple of questions, do any of you guys plan to follow esports as a career or as a profession? I know Ad and I talked about it a little bit.
So, well, yes, like adding up to the scholarship thing, I'll be able to go to travel to Indiana. Look at the I would be able to travel to the other side of the United States, to the east, be able to see how life is over there. I'm gonna meet new people and stuff, and this will all be stemming from esports and from the connections you make from it. Like, I'm not even kidding. If it wasn't for joining esports and joining my local Smash Bros community, because there's a community here in the valley. It's not just esports. It's people like a couple of adults and competitive players, really good like players. Like you might think you're like the goat at the game until you get humbled. You get humbled so hard once you enter a local. The Indiana team? Hector? Yeah, I guess one of the reasons yeah, that local that local community, one of them was a guy, his name is Hector. He's a year older than me. He graduated off of Calexico last year. He was also given the same scholarship by the same school, and he's the reason I got the scholarship. He was like, yo, this other player, he's my friend. He's really good. Because it's really fun. Last year, was it last year? Yeah, last year, technically a few months ago before 2025 ended, I went to a tournament in Holtville. There were 40 players, I think, and I won first place. I won the local in there. It was very intense. I had to fight one of the best players, like, of their character in the world. Character's Little Mac. I had to fight one of the best of them in the world. He's literally officially one of the best of them in the world, and one of the best Game & Watch players in the world as well. I had to do a bracket reset, which means I had to beat him twice in a best of 5, which I somehow did.
What would you say to incoming players that want to join esports?
Yeah. All right, so following up to like the question I answered by accident somehow, the main thing I would say is don't give up, because most freshman players, as soon as they play and they enter the season, they lose, and they lose all motivation. Not only do they waste their time and the coach's time, they waste the coach's money, because it costs. No,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh yeah, because the school pays for it now.
No, everything's free right now.
Oh, all right.
Okay. I would like to add to all this that yes, a commitment is a big part of the team, obviously. Like Adonai was mentioning, there's a lot of players that come in, they lose once, and they want to quit. But that's the thing, just because you lost once doesn't mean that you can't get better. We have a lot of players, they don't just have to be freshmen, but we have a lot of players who came in just interested on the game or to hang out, and you'd be surprised on how much they have improved. They've improved to the point where we're even considering them to put them in varsity for next year.
All right, so for more serious, the socials, our team Instagram is CUHS_esports, so you can keep up with the team there and see the results. So hopefully soon you'll see us holding our trophy from Play Versus for Overwatch. And there's also a link in the bio there where you can purchase any of the jerseys that you see us wearing around campus. You can customize it yourself just like we do, and we get a small portion of each of the purchase. It helps out the team.
Okay, for adding into the socials, it's not directly to esports, but a lot of people don't know about this. The Jimmy Cannon Theater has a YouTube page. They have a YouTube channel. So if you go into the Jimmy Cannon Theater, you can see other events that they have hosted in the theater, and also our live stream for the esports city champs here in Central that happened here at El Centro. So go watch it. Honestly, it gets really intense. You can have a peek of what the students are capable of, how they play, and especially if you want to know more about the events that happen around, just also go visit the Jimmy Cannon Theater YouTube channel.
This has been your episode of Valley Vibes covering CUHS Esports. Thank you for listening.
This program was produced and brought to you by Spartan Sound Productions. Special thanks to Lydia Robles, the founder of Sabrina's Wish, and thanks also to the Central Union High School esports team and their coaches Dylan Morgan and Sammy Villasenor. Thanks also to Dr. Thomas Tacky, creator and executive producer of Spartan Sound Productions, the administration of Central Union High School, Mr. Javier Frimbres, and Power 98 for hosting us, and to you, the listeners.